This is what I'm talking about. It's like a Wario take on Remember the Alamo.
Salutations, viewer! If you're like me, then I greatly pity you, but that also means that you've lived your entire life hearing people say, "Remember the Alamo," but you've never been entirely sure what that means. I knew it was a conflict between Mexicans and people from the US, but what does remembering it refer to? Is the saying in favor of the Mexicans or the colonizers? Where did that come from? Well, I'm here to answer that with this simple lesson that is sure to not be controversial at all. Also, if you're wondering why I decided to talk about this topic specifically, or you are the guidelines for this assignment in human form, just know it's because I watched Scott the Woz, and the clip that played at the start of this video is very funny to me. Now, the Battle of the Alamo was one of Texas's independence. The settlers from the US wanted to free Texas from Mexico's control. The battle took place at where else but the Alamo military base in Texas. The battle was fought, and though the Americans lost, as you can probably guess, Texas successfully became independent later on. That is the story that the saying, "Remember the Alamo," would like you to believe. The evil dictatorship of Mexico was doing dictatorial things in Texas, and the bad guys killed the poor Texans. But then big, strong America came in and saved the day. Praise be! However, is this accurate? Well, my dear friend, there are some things that American retellings of this story conveniently leave out, such as the fact that the majority of the American people living in Texas were wealthy colonizers who were drawn to the cheap real estate and the booming cotton industry. They also might conveniently forget to mention that, seeing that Texas was still under Mexico's control, and Mexico had outlawed slavery, if the US were to, say, gain control of Texas, then maybe those wealthy landowners might be able to make even more money off that cotton fur. Let's go with cheaper pay? No, they would insist that the Mexican government cruelly attacked the outnumbered Texans, and not that Mexico was cornered by the white immigrants encroaching on their land that they owned, their use of slavery, and the fact that they seemed to ignore any and all restrictions that Mexico put in place to prevent the white colonizers from being white colonizers. That would be silly. Now you know what the Battle of the Alamo is, but where does the saying, "Remember the Alamo," come from? Well, it comes from the Mexican-American War that the Battle of the Alamo took place in. It was a rallying cry to vilify Mexico as these cruel people who had slaughtered the poor outnumbered baby Texans. That's right, kids, it's clearly the Mexicans who were the bad guys, not the colonizers who just wanted to take land that wasn't theirs, take cotton that wasn't theirs, enslave more people, and just generally be the United States in the 1800s. It's not like even some Americans at the time believed that this was senselessly stealing land that we didn't really need. No, sir, I sure do love propaganda. Long live America, baby! USA! USA! US! This concludes our lesson on why America is the best. In summary, do not question the United States military or our founding fathers. We have never done anything wrong. The other people are the bad guys. We didn't instigate conflict. They are the ones who attacked us. Who cares if we were the ones slowly encroaching on them despite them asking us to stop over and over, nor that we were the ones breaking their laws? I mean, after all, who cares if immigrants break the law? They're just seeking a better life, right? I'm sure the same people who would scream about remembering the Alamo wouldn't have any arguments about that. Also, put on the bottle, Karen!